lovely, amazing viewers and subscribers of my channel. A very lovely day to you all. Thank you so much for joining me here. So there is a whole report going around social media space concerning Peter Obi and His Excellency ATIKU Abubakar. And they say they met up in UK recently. And then ATIKU Abubakar offered Peter Obi the VP slot and a one-time what is it called, a one-time tenure or whatsoever. So I don't really know what to say about this whole thing. Social media, you know, there's been so much reaction, speculation here and there. And I wouldn't want to really, you know, pin on what the Punch captured, because even the Vanguard, which I am going to read that part of their report, said it clearly from their listing that it is according to Punch. So obviously it is Punch newspaper that first got a glimpse of the news. And right now, people are reacting, the obedience, the well-meaning Nigerians, the ATIKU supporters here and there, different reactions. So I do know for sure that, you know, I would love to hear His Excellency Peter Obi address this matter. But one thing is certain, that Peter Obi said something recently about coalition. He said it that any coalition that does not have the interest of the people at heart, he repeated the same statement. This is the second time I hear him talk about this. What is the purpose of the coalition? Any coalition that does not have the interest of the people at heart, count him out of it. Now, I'm going to play you the video and then we'll be back.
If you look at Nigeria to the Africa in general, there's need for alliances, there's need to come together and everything. But I always say, let's have alliances, let's have all of us coming together against poverty, against hunger, against insecurity, and there's people who are thinking along the same line. We can no longer have coming together or forming alliances to continue the crime scene. It must be alliances to dismantle where we find ourselves today and start building a nation that will benefit everybody, especially the poor. And if that is working, of course, there's so many people who think like that. People knew or are aware of our problems, and now we will come together, we can solve that. And there are things that you can see, you can feel it, that people want to do the right thing. And I can tell you, I always tell people, those who want to do the right thing are far greater than those who are doing the right thing. But you know what happens that when you want to bring a change, it has happened to me as a state governor, you have for enemy all those who live up the old order, because they gang together. And then you have those who don't believe whether you will succeed. So they don't want to take risk with you because they tell you, you're going to do this. I see that even every day. People say, they're going to kill you. This thing you're doing is wrong. This thing you're doing is not. Like when I was impeached, people say, is that you're going back for impeachment? You have to stop doing things the way you used to do it. You cannot question everything. You cannot question that. But I always tell people, last year, 2023, when I was contesting for election for the office of the president, my head of service then, a very, I don't know how to describe her, a very, very well-educated lady, wrote a topic. I think she passed through Cambridge. He wrote an article which I wrote an article which he wrote, it titled it Stinginess as a development strategy. And people who read it, because when I came, everyone said, he's stingy, he's doing this, because I kept saying, why are we doing this? No, we can't continue this. We don't have money for this. Why would Governor of Anambra State have a lodge in Abuja? No, we don't live in Abuja, so we have to shut it down. And he said like that, why are we going to have an office in Lagos? Why are we going to have presidential lodge? The president doesn't live here. So why are we going to do that? Shut it down. Why are we going to have this and all that? And everybody quarreled with it. I said things that I think you don't even like. Why are we going to have office of first lady? Nobody voted my wife. My wife, two of us live in the same house. So we're not going to create an office for her. Because what is the office going to do? I have to hire people to advise her on different, what are they advising her on? So, but it worked. Because we didn't have the money to sustain that rascality. So we shut it down. Initially it was difficult. People were questioning it. People were saying no to it. But when they started seeing us clearing backlog of debts, pension, everything, they knew, okay, this money we're saving here, we're putting it here. And people could see it. And that goes with what happens even with government. If you say, okay, we're no longer going to have this, say subsidy, where are we investing what we used to have here? Once people can see that, okay, because maybe I remove this, we're going to use it to pursue insecurity, we're going to use it in agriculture, we're going to use it to do this, people will go with you. But when you say, stop this one, and you don't see where it's going, they say, I have a problem.
Now, this is one of the most recent interview of His Excellency Peter Obi talking about coalition. I keep saying this thing that I do not have a problem with coalition or merger or whatever it is they call it. Where I have a problem is the individuals that are coming together to form a political party. What is their goal? What is their mission? What is their vision? It is very, very important. A lot of these people who are moving, defecting here and there, looking for who to merge with or who not to merge with, in the case of the people moving to the APC, you will find out that most of them, it is basically for their own benefit, not for the benefit of the people. Forget all this thing where the Delta State Governor, they say, and Okowa, they say we need to align with the center. It is for the people. It is never for the people. It is because if it is for the people, I believe that all those people, both in the state house and the federal at the federal level, what they should be reaching for, canvassing for, is electoral reform. Is to see how, that one person, that one body that is in charge of, emerging, bringing someone as the number one in the country. The president is not in charge of putting someone there. And so other, reforms that we need when it comes to election process. So it is very vital. All this way they thought say, if Peter Obi does not align with the Northerners, that he's not going to win the election. Listen, let me tell you, I do not even believe in that completely. Because a lot of people from the north, yes, he did not win Kano State and some other states in the north, but at least he was able to get a reasonable vote. And let me tell you, the truth is that Peter Obi won the 2023 presidential election, for goodness sakes. Even with the so-called North not even giving him the support as being claimed, which I know say so many Northerners also gave him the support, also voted for Labour Party, for Peter Obi in particular. Let me even remove the Labour Party thing now. He won that election. Was there any form of coalition or anything? There was none. Look, all this offer of one-time presidency and this one and the other one. Look, at this point in time, the Northerners, I think they really need to take a backseat, because I feel like it's more of, I know it's more of we all the time. In the last number of years that they have had people in power and still having people in power, what thing they don't use and achieve? Recently, I saw the governor of Kaduna State saying that they are happy because they have 21 ministerial positions, they have this one, they have the other one, they have this one. Like, it is all about the position they occupied. What are they doing with these positions? Nothing for the people. It is always themselves and those who are related to them, very, very close to them. What is the purpose of this coalition? We don't see El-Rufai move comot, go SDP. El-Rufai, who is known to be a very, very tribal and religious bigot, don't move, go to SDP. All of a sudden, he's now calling on Peter Obi and seeking for the Southerners to come together so that they can remove Tinubu. I'm not saying it is not good to remove the APC, but we all know it is also for the selfish interest. They will remove the APC, good. But what plan, what vision, what goal do they have for Nigerians and Nigeria? What goes? Because we'll still be crying and lamenting the same thing if they take over and still do not do anything for the masses. Or better still, end up doing worse. I am just waiting for His Excellency Peter Obi to address this matter. But I say, let me just show us a recent interview. What he stated concerning this coalition thing. He has not said he's forming any coalition. No, he has not used his mouth to say so. So I'm actually waiting for him to use his mouth to say this thing. Or better still, we hear it from those top organs from the obedience movement. Let me first of all read out part of the report. Now, part of the body of the report says former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has reportedly offered Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi the vice presidential slot in the proposed single-term coalition ticket ahead of the 2027 general election. According to The Punch, the offer was made during a private meeting between Atiku and Obi in the United Kingdom earlier this year. Atiku is said to have assured Obi that he would serve only one term and hand over power afterwards. Atiku and Obi met earlier this year in the UK. That was where Atiku first mooted the idea of a coalition and urged Obi to be his running mate. Obi then asked for time to think it over and consult his loyalists, one source revealed. Another insider confirmed, but recent developments show that Obi has accepted to be Atiku's running mate, and Atiku has also agreed to serve a single 4-year term and hand over to the former Anambra State governor. They have both agreed to sign a written agreement if necessary. Obi is trying to get the buy-in of his loyalists before this is formally announced. The proposed alliance has revived memories of the 2019 presidential election when Obi was Atiku's running mate under the People's Democratic Party. The pair lost that election to former President Muhammadu Buhari of all the Progressive Congress. With both the PDP and LP battling internal crisis, the coalition leaders are said to be considering the African Democratic Congress (ADC) as a possible platform. The Social Democratic Party was part of the plans before now, but it seems the ruling APC has also infiltrated the party, one source said. So they are tilting towards the ADC. As a matter of fact, some of the loyalists have been meeting with the ADC leadership and others have quietly joined the party. So if things do not favor them in LP and PDP, they may join ADC. Atiku's media aide, Paul Ibe, declined to confirm the deal but acknowledge coalition discussions. I know that His Excellency Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi have been talking about the coalition. I cannot speak on the specific agreement they have reached, he said. All I can tell you is that both of them are focused on ensuring that they build a viable coalition that will be robust enough to accommodate diverse Nigerians to unseat the clueless APC government in 2027. Peter Ame, a close Obi loyalist and national secretary of the Coalition of United Political Parties, also declined to confirm the single-term deal but affirmed Obi's continued commitment to Labour Party unity. No comment on this one until I speak with my Oga, Ame told The Punch. Now, this is just part of what I can take, but let me take some social media reaction. You can also visit, Sahara Reporters or The Punch as well, to read more on this. But I believe I've been able to cover, the main issue. So Olufumilala saying Atiku's desperation is so repulsive. Presidency is not Fulani's birthright in Nigeria. You are settlers here. And then I have Oyekami saying Peter Obi or nothing. Let South finish their 8 years. I don't mind if Obi used only 4 years, but not deputizing anyone. And then we have Jay saying, let's just agree. Obi is the standard. Atiku is too unstable. He needs to make peace with OBJ. He needs the full support of OBJ if he's ever going to be president. Note, OBJ is not a saint. He is part of the people that brought APC into power. He was a major key player. Ajiji MIT is saying 2027 is Southern presidency or nothing. Atiku should go and sit down or make this offer by 2031. Jessica saying Peter Obi should not accept any VP slot unless he wants to be stagnated like Oshibanjo and Shetima. And then we have Nade saying someone whose party is in disarray is offering another for VP slot, go and put your house in order, work for a powerful coalition, then seek to secure the ticket first before offering another VP slot. SMH. And then we have Dominion saying Atiku is more desperate to be president than to see Nigeria work. Samuel saying, I think he should accept it. Let's find any means to disrupt this deadly political party called All Progressive Criminals APC. And I'll have Gozie saying they know how to use Obi in every freaking elections. Our mumu. And then we have Rules AB saying Atiku should take the VP slot. Finding Sole saying Atiku really needs PO to remain relevant. Laugh emoji. Femi saying, Mr. Peter Obi should run. Oh, no Nigerian leader takes power and lives willingly. Now 419 be this. So, and then we have Olufemi saying Peter Obi should be the one offering Atiku VP slot. We have Ken Uti saying one-term presidency my foot. Then Brume saying una don't start again. Make them no use Peter Obi play politics. So Nigerians still get sense. We dey watch una moves well. All I see here, in my humble opinion, is speculations upon speculations upon speculations. They say they met earlier this year. It was in UK. We also saw the last time that Obi and Atiku met at his residence in Federal Capital Territory. And then there was also speculation going on here and there. We don't even know the details of this thing. Yes, Atiku is saying, yes, that there is, a coalition talk in place, which, is going to shock Nigerians. But then he did not give us the details of all this. So all this talk about one-time president and the rest, no, it is still speculation. Until I get to hear from Peter Obi himself, which I believe he knows that a lot of Nigerians are behind him, and there is no way he will come out and start dishing out lies to Nigerians. So he's going to table it the way it is. Now, if it happens, let me assume that all this talk, happened, which I believe is not true. Atiku aid, when I hear him, according to the report, did not say anything on it. They only said, okay, they met. They've not said anything. So I don't know where all this one is flying up and then one-time presidency, and then you hand over, Atiku will do, and this one will return to Anambra. I return to Peter Obi. I don't even know what they're even talking about. But let's assume this is going to be true. First and foremost, I do not think, in my opinion, it is even okay. One, I am looking at the people who are coming together to form the coalition. I'm telling you the truth, it's going to be 80%, if not more than 80% of bunch of frustrated individuals who feel, that their plan with Tinubu did not favor them. So they jumped into another place out of anger and frustration. Then they feel like, we have to remove Tinubu. Not because they care about the people, but simply because they care about their own pockets. So you go find and say 80 to 90% of the people coming together to form this coalition, now thieves. Since Peter Obi has been moving up and down, going to the north, to the south, to the east, doing philanthropic work, charity work here and there. How many of them will get the interest of Nigeria and Nigerians at heart? Don't join Peter Obi in this, using their own personal money. I'm using that as an example. They care so much about Nigeria and Nigerians, the suffering of the people. Hence the need to remove APC. How many of them have used their own personal purse to join Peter Obi in this philanthropic work? So far so good. Since 2023 reach now, Peter Obi never spent reach 2 billion naira. Donating to hospitals, donating to education, building boreholes. He never spent rich like that. If not more than. How many of them don't join? Okay, because they see that, okay, Nigerians, Peter Obi is a force. Nigerians are supporting Peter Obi even till this very moment. It is feel, okay, they can bring Peter Obi into the coalition, then they will use. And what kind of nonsense this thing is that one? You see, if there is a way we can advocate for, let this nonsense of rotational this thing, they not to rule for 8 years, even though it's not constitutional, the 8 years, they will now move and go to the southeast, and the southeast is not even there because they've not even given them. They will move and go to the southwest. They will now move and go to where? If there's a way we can stop it, I will even like it. Let it be individual that mean well for the growth of the nation. Because anybody will love Nigeria go love to grow everywhere. All this nonsense. That is why you see the North every time misbehaving. Yes, they are misbehaving. to have power. We need to have power. We need to do this one. They are acting like they are not Nigeria. They have a country inside this country called Nigeria that we are all in. Instead of these people to be clamoring for electoral reform, they are busy talking about who and who is going to come together. I know they are against coming together. What I am against is the individuals coming together, because I know whatever it is, their agreement they are writing down, let me tell you, they will still be the one to turn against it. Even though Peter Obi will read it and say, okay, I think this is okay, they will still be the one to turn against that same thing. They will end up, the Northerners will end up being the one to sabotage it. So of what use is it? Can't they all agree and say, irrespective of the party, whether coalition or not, let Peter Obi go? Northerners support. Now we're supposed to see these Northerners. Now we be saying that most of them they vex. Now we're supposed to see them. They are supposed to set greed and selfishness aside. They are supposed to set this bigotry thing aside and show that they are all for the growth of Nigeria. See them when they power since. How many communities they don't set boreholes? Even with the ones who they collect a constituency allowance. How many? It is another private individual that is setting up those things. So for me, I don't know. I'm not just going to talk much about this because Peter Obi never talk anything about that. Neither have I heard from the top organs from the obedience movement. And from what have been reported so far, they have not said anything about it. So at the end of the day, it is still speculation. What time of the year did they meet in the UK? Is it after the one? Is it after they met at his residency in Abuja, or before then? Which one is it? Elaine Cole. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave your opinion in the comment section. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and please click on the notification bell the moment you subscribe. That way you get to know as soon as I publish video. Thank you so much, guys, for all the love and all the support. I'm super grateful. God bless you immensely. Please keep watching, keep subscribing, keep commenting. See you guys in my other videos.